It's payday, and this payday I took home $4,885.40. Every single time I get paid, I like to take my paycheck and stick it into the software that you see on screen, where I can give every single dollar a job. Out of this paycheck, I had 0 automatic investments come out. I hit pause on my retirement contributions, and there's a video on my channel from a while ago now where I explain why that is. And my partner contributed $920 to our joint expenses. So that gets us to our total of $5,805.40. This paycheck is a little bit lower than the past couple, and that is because the Medicare surtax kicked in, which I believe is around 1% extra that you pay toward Medicare to fund the ACA once you cross over $200,000 of income. So yay, I passed that threshold this year. All right, we have a little bit of overspending to take care of. First, we have a trip. My partner had a work trip and I got to accompany them, but of course my expenses were not included in what was covered by their employer. So we have $955.44 to cover from all the fun touristy things that I did and all the food that I ate. So we'll cover that from Ready to Assign. And then in personal care, I think I ran out of 2 serums and I needed to go pick those up from Sephora, and that was $122.74. So I will go ahead and cover this from Ready to Assign as well. Lastly, I have some expenses for work that I need to be reimbursed for. So we're not going to worry about covering these with this paycheck. Instead, I will just submit my expense report and get reimbursed for this spending. So we'll leave that alone. Okay, in the last video, we had finished funding, I think, my emergency fund. September looks like it's on track so far. I have one more cleaning coming out, one more cleaning service happening this month for $150. So I'll move this $1.11 up to Ready to Assign since we won't need that. And I'll snooze that target. Household goods, I know I'm going to need to go to Costco probably in the next couple of days, and that's not going to wait until the month rolls over to October. So I want to get this up to somewhere around $200, and I'm going to pull from meal kits to do that. We ended up skipping a week or so, it's safe to pull from this. So we'll go ahead and move that up to household goods, and that should be fine. If I have any left over, I can roll it back into one of the food categories. And I'll snooze this, although now that's looking a little bit low. So I think I'll move from groceries up to meal kit. Let me just move like $75. That should be good. Okay, so it looks like we won't be doing a lot of grocery shopping in the last few days of this month, which is totally fine. Yeah, otherwise things are on track this month. There really isn't any extra to work with, and I'm trying to see here. Yeah, there's not really a lot of extra in this month. Things are pretty on track, pretty tight, and pretty on target. So we'll leave this alone, and now we'll flip over to October to start funding what we need there. Typically, I'm a month ahead on my budget. In the past video, I explained why I am not going to be a month ahead right now. And that's kind of intentional to make sure that I focus on my emergency funds. So that means that this is my last paycheck of September, and I need to make sure, since I haven't funded any of October, that I cover everything that's going to come out in the beginning of the month before I get paid again. So rent, that's definitely going to come out. Storage, that's included with our rent. Our garage that we rent and our building utilities, this all comes out as a part of our rent payment to our landlord. That is $3,855. So I'm going to go ahead and fund all of those. I can skip over utilities and Wi-Fi. Renter's insurance is a sinking fund, so definitely don't need anything there right now. And cleaning service will not happen until I get paid again. So we can skip over these. Household goods I may come back to see if I can put a little money there. But I think since I'm going to go ahead and make a Costco run before the end of September, I might be okay for the first little bit of next month. Okay, then food and drink, I'm going to hold off on that for now as well. I'm actually going to go down to memberships and subscriptions. I have a couple of payments that come out on the first or second or the first few days in the month. So I'm going to go ahead and fund those. So first is my cell phone, and it's $60. I pay that to my parents every single month for my portion of the family plan. Then Netflix gets $27. That comes out as well. I don't know what's going on here and why this is not updating. Let's see. Okay, hang on while we refresh and figure out what just happened. That was super weird. Okay, we're back, I think. All right, so cell phone gets $60 a month that I pay to my parents for my portion of the family plan. $27 goes to Netflix. Premium connectivity, which is my car's data plan, is $11. And Prime Video no ads is $4. So that's all that I should need for the very beginning of the month before I get paid again. I don't need to worry about anything in my planes, trains, and automobiles category. This is my car payment, which doesn't come out until the 14th. And then I have some sinking funds that I put money into every single month to cover like the total cost of ownership for my car. So auto insurance, which comes out every 6 months, taxes, registration, and fees. I think I do have registration coming up in October, but what I have here should probably cover it. Car cleaning and maintenance, and then my seasonal tire swap, which I just set aside $16 a month for. So when it's time to do that swap, I have the money there. So all that's on track, and we don't need to worry about putting anything there right now. My car does need to be charged, but I still have about $50 from September there, so I'm not going to worry about adding anything right now. Food and drink, we will have some meal kit orders placed, I think at least one. So I'm going to do 625 divided by 5, since there are 5 weeks in October, and that's $125. I think that should be, is that right? No, I think we need 2. So that will be $250 for meal kits. Groceries, I would think I'll give myself just a little bit in case we need to pick anything up. I'll give myself like $60. Meals at work, let's just put 25 in there for now. And then let's see what else. I am going to put a little bit in personal care because I'm running out of shampoo and conditioner. So I know I'm going to have to pick that up. We have $361.33 left. I think I'm actually going to go into guilt-free spending and just give us what we need for coffee so we can reorder pods for our Nespresso machine. In September, it cost about $50 to get the coffee that we needed for the month. And we still have, I don't know, a couple of like sleeves of pods. So I think we should be okay, but I just want to make sure that that is there. I will not put anything in savings goals right now because that's not really urgent. Let me go back to September and just make sure there isn't anything that I think we'll need for this month. Let's see here. We should be good on meal kit, groceries, meals at work. I may put just a little bit more into restaurants. We're actually on track for restaurants this month, which is exciting. It's been a while since we've been like within our target range for restaurant spending, which I'm trying to keep to around $900 a month. As you can see, average assigned is $1,400, so it's like $500 more than what I would like us, the range I would like us to be in for restaurant spending in a month. So that's not bad at all. We still, we've only spent $831.74, and we only have a few days left in September. So pretty proud of that. Nothing to do in savings goals. Back to fixed costs. Let me just review one more time. Okay, I think this is all good. Oh, you know what I forgot? In October, I'm just realizing, is my income tax payment that comes out on the 2nd. So we need $300 there. Let's see what we can move around. I was just feeling so confident, like, oh yes, we have a little bit of extra here. But actually, no, we need about $90 more here at the very bottom. So let's see. I can do. I guess I'll go back to this guilt-free spending and move $90 out of restaurants and hope we don't go over there. All right. Okay, with this $1.33, let me just put that back in restaurants and then call it a day. So that's that. We should be good for the very beginning of October, even though things probably look a little bit tight. And then we'll come back with my first paycheck of October and start funding the rest of what we need. Okay, if you stuck around for all that, thank you so much, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.